What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Plastic Power Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Starblast Studios, along with the co-host, the man, the myth, the legend.
Daredevil 19.
And of course, today we're going to be talking about a lot of the new figure-related news that we have for you today. So, interesting stuff. I believe you will be leading this episode today, Sean. So, go ahead and get into some of the what exactly do we got going on lately?
All right, so most of these stuff here will be mainly SH figure arts. So we're going to start it off with a pretty big one. This one's pretty controversial from comments I've seen so far about of this figure on my Instagram and my YouTube channel. So we're going to go over our first looks here at the SH Figure Arts Bleach Ichigo figures.
Ooh,
So some people like it, some people dig it, some people absolutely hate it, some people despise it and want to burn it, and then you have other people that really like it, and some people just think it's all right. But yeah, it's yeah, when people hate figures, they get pretty hateful. I'm not saying everybody, but there are some people,
there's a
and
lot
you're
of
like,
people.
yeah, it can get pretty bad sometimes. So.
Most definitely.
The thing with this one, the main thing we were talking about last time when we were going over some upcoming releases was the announcement of this, and we were curious how they were going to do the legs and the knee joints.
That's right. Yeah. The
Now, if you look, go ahead.
Yeah, this figure was like because we were it was really skeptical. We were talking about like how they were going to end up doing the Ishigo figure after Datsun Model had pretty much I suppose like made the only like collectible Bleach figure so far with alternate faces with Ishigo. They also
Yeah.
introduced Aizen. And then
Yep.
what was it? His second. I forgot if that's what it's even go by, but like his second in command in his like and that helped him.
So
I
they made
forgot.
three figures.
Yeah, and then they also had like there was the
Ah.
two. Okay, well actually three versions of Ishigo. One regular, one
Oh yeah.
one with the Bankai, then one with like the white hollow form thing.
Yeah.
And
I remember the first one because you couldn't put the mask on, and
yeah,
you and me
and
weren't happy about
oh
that.
yeah, and then there was Aizen, and then there's the other one. So this is the newest one that we've been wanting Figuarts to go ahead and release, and
Yeah.
it's a figure that like okay, so obviously they're taking the model, like the character design from that of the Thousand Year Blood War arc for with the anime recently coming back and continuing on here.
All right, that's what it's from.
Mm-hmm.
The anime returning.
Yes.
Okay, because I didn't recognize it, but didn't even finish the original anime. I'm like halfway
Oh
through it or something.
yeah.
I'm not that far behind though. But yeah, like it's not bad. The lower portion, I'll just call it like his robe piece. I'm guessing that's going to be a very soft, rubbery type plastic. I
Yeah, like
hope.
Broly.
Yeah, they seem to be getting better with that as well. But the knee joints,
Hmm.
these do not really look like those 3.0 Super Saiyan 4 Goku type baggy pants knee joints, right? Don't those have two cuts? This one looks like it has one.
Yeah, it looks very strange and cut out and stuff. It's like it's very the thing about it is because this figure is in a vanilla pose, it's very difficult to judge, although seeing
Yeah.
how the joints appear to look and comparing experiences and designs of other figures, it really does like it is very concerning, like it's going to end up cutting and look very ugly when you articulate the figure and move it around.
Yeah, it's just so oddly cut. Unless there's a trick they did that when you use the knee joint, it blends in real nice. But I don't see that happening.
Yeah, this is like one of the things that we were really worried about when it came to Bleach figures,
Yeah.
and it's like it's coming. It's like it's kind of coming here to fruition. The rest of the figure though looks
Yeah.
looks fantastic. Like
Oh, yes.
when it comes to how they handled like the plastic goods and stuff, and the rubber, this is pretty much
Yeah,
exactly like what I kind of the engineering that I wanted them to gonna kind of go if they
yeah,
weren't gonna go the cloth route with the
yeah.
like with the figure and such. But
Yeah,
this,
it's good because his clothing on his arms are skin tight too, so it doesn't have that baggy look like a
hmm
Jedi. So that's another good thing, or like a Figma Tanjiro or something.
yeah,
So
in
that
this
that's
case,
something
it
else
makes
I
it
like.
to yeah, it makes it to where in this case the this look is actually preferable in some cases, like to using actual like cloth goods and stuff, so you don't have like that
Yeah,
bagginess on a skin tight outfit. So
yeah, and I even like the sculpt of his just resting open hand on the left there. It's not just a very bland sculpt. See how his fingers are kind of curled a
yeah.
little bit the more it goes to his pinky. So I like when they do very subtle things like that. That really does stand out in a figure, even though it's such a small thing.
Yeah. When we get more information, we'll definitely try to talk about it later in another podcast. But so far, all we have
Yeah.
is like this one picture and him being in a vanilla pose, and such
Yeah.
with when it comes to this figure. But yeah,
Suppose supposedly they're not 100% finished, but we'll have to see. I don't know when it's going to be releasing yet, but moving on, we're going to move on to some interesting stuff here. So mainly SH Figure Arts. Chainsaw Man, we're going to be talking about. And we're also going to be talking about one figure from Figma from Chainsaw Man. So we're going to start it off with some new images for the figure arts on display images of Katana Man.
mm,
And I think he looks pretty good. We do have the it looks wow, the sculpt of that jacket, if it looks like it is plastic, but the sculpt of it is so like realistic looking. It looks really nice,
that's
but
got to be rubber.
yeah,
It
it
blends
looks
together.
like it is.
It's got to be. It
Yeah.
blends with the actual figure really well,
Yep.
allowing for like that posability and goes off to the side. That's so good. I think the
Oh
actual
wait, do
like
you think he's gonna have interchangeable coat pieces? Because notice how this one's kind of going outward to the back. Remember the last pictures he was standing in a vanilla pose. I don't remember his coat doing that, but
I
I
think
could
it's
be
because
wrong.
of the fact that in the original picture, actually here, well in the original picture he was kind of in a vanilla pose, so it kind of did stick
Yeah.
out. But if you notice,
Okay. Okay.
there's kind of this cut in the coat where it goes like underneath the arm, so to speak. You can kind of if you kind of like look closely at one of the pictures there, I think it's actually in some ways movable. You can adjust it depending on what
Oh,
poses you can
okay. I
get.
see that.
I could be wrong on that, but it really does
Yeah.
like seem to look like it because I don't really
Yeah. Yeah.
find if it's made out of rubber, I really don't see them actually like including like interchangeable coats and such
I
with it.
mean, if you can remove it, that at least gives you the option to replace it with
Hmm.
cloth goods too. But I do like the look of the swords. We get a little bit of blood on them, the ones coming out of his hands. It looks like the one coming out of his head has some blood on it too, which is dope. Hat looks really nice. Dig the sculpting of the suit. It looks like there's some nice shading on there, very subtle, like on the pant leg.
Hmm.
But it looks pretty good.
It's
I
a
personally haven't seen him yet in the anime.
yeah, actually, you'll get to him in like because you still haven't continued off after the previous episode. You were still on episode
Yeah,
6,
yeah. So
so
I'll be continuing on 7.
he's made an appearance in the up at the point that we're at, and gosh,
Yeah.
he is awesome. You will like if you
All
already like
right.
his
All
character
right.
design and the way he looks, you're gonna like him in the anime even more.
Okay, that's probably why he's one of 3 figures being made in the line. And
Yeah.
speaking of one of 3 figures, so this is pretty cool. I'm guessing Power is very popular, possibly, because we're getting an SH Figure Arts and a Figma of her. And I think both of them look good, but if you ask me which one I'm gonna pick, easily we'll go with Figure Arts.
Yeah. Like there's so
Yeah, I
much
had a
like
feeling you would too.
it's the exact same. Well, it's the exact same like thing that we were talking
Yeah,
about in comparison with the two Chainsaw Man figures. Is that Figure Arts, like, no, Figma is still very much outdated in the ways that they go about making the articulation in their figures using the
Yeah, their
Figma
engine.
joints.
Yeah,
It's like Figure Arts just looks and articulates just overall better than Figma. It's like it's at
yeah,
this point it's a running joke now just how outdated like all of these figures are. Like upon Chainsaw Man in
agreed,
comparison.
agreed.
It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, it's pretty much the exact same with the Chainsaw Man, the figure arts on the Figma, and with the Power. The figure arts one, if you look at just the face sculpts alone, those look great. The eyes, the sharp teeth. We have the sweating face. So you get four interchangeable faces with her. I think Figma you only get three. You get her
Mhm.
cat. Figma you get the cat as well. Um,
And then you get two knives, like the bloody knives and stuff, and then
yeah,
one
yeah,
one regular holding hammer, which you'll see in an episode. This she made
yeah.
this hammer and then lent it over to Denji so that he could use it. And then
The
you
mallet or the hammer?
not the mallet, the regular hammer, the handheld one.
Doesn't he like turn it into an axe? Because doesn't one of his figures come with an axe?
The Figma Denji, he does come with an axe. He just but like it's not like anything special. He just has that to kill devils if he doesn't want to use the Chainsaw Man form.
Okay, okay, all right. Yeah, so I see the little hammer you're talking about, her two little blades, and then we have her mallet too.
The
And
big old
then
mallet.
yeah, the Figma one has all that, but that one also has a scythe. But I think you could swap the handle of the mallet with the scythe for the Figma one.
And
Has
then
she
it
used a scythe?
I don't think I've okay, now thinking about it, I don't think she's ever used the scythe in the anime so far. The thing that
Okay.
what the scythe comes from a manga from like a manga cover of
Yeah.
the like
Okay,
of
okay.
like one of the volumes and such. So it's
All
just to
right.
kind of
So that
recreate that pose.
yeah, so that with accessories is one thing Figma has over Figure Arts, but look at all the alternate hands. The more
Gosh, yeah.
alternate hands for me, that right there could just make a figure so much more fun. Just different hand gestures, and
Yeah.
it's simple stuff. She has what, 10 different interchangeable hands? No, 12. The pair on her too. I forgot those. She has
Oh yeah.
12
Hold on.
hands, so
Hold
six
on.
pairs.
You forgot the
All right.
most important accessory. The
Now, what is
cat.
that?
The
Oh
cat.
no, I said the cat.
You did? Did
Yeah,
I
I
forget?
said it after the faces.
Oh, okay,
But
okay.
we can go over the cat again. uh, but yeah, the
Yeah.
cat that comes with the Figma one, is it in a laying position like the figure arts one? I can't
It's
remember.
no, it's more so in like a like up like kind of position like that, so that like
Okay, okay,
powers like
okay.
hold them better and
Yeah,
stuff.
so
Like right
that's
here,
another thing too with the two figures. Do you want the cat laying down or the cat kind of up on the back legs like that?
I still don't even think like the accessories and stuff is even a competition because first off, Power
Yeah.
never used the scythe, and then the malice, and then ultimately, Figuarts costs less than the Figma. So
Oh yeah, that's another thing with them. They're getting way too expensive, Figment, and Fig Arts
yeah,
keeps making prices reasonable at least.
absolutely,
Besides
yeah.
Venom and Carnage.
I think they. Oh gosh, except for well,
Nah, they'll probably be. They really look like nice figures.
yeah, I feel like those figures at the very least are worth the price that you're paying for them. Like looking at the Venom
Yeah,
and Carnage, like the amount of detail and stuff just going into the sculpt work makes the figure worth it. It looks like it's come
100%.
right out of the movie and stuff.
Yeah,
So
100%.
I cannot blame them for the price point they put it at. Also, just because the fact that these figures are bigger than regular
Yeah,
6-inch scale figures, they're like
yeah,
8 or
yeah, yeah.
9
That's
inch.
right. Yeah.
So that's justified.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with it and get them, but the powers I'm definitely 100% going with SH Figure Arts all the
Yeah.
way.
I already pre-ordered it on Hobby Genki.
I
Or
see.
actually,
I
was it
just
Ami? I
pre-ordered
don't remember.
Chainsaw Man as of now. I don't think Agelessgeeks put power up yet for pre-order. All right, so continuing on. All right, so we're getting a new character from Jujutsu Kaisen. I have no idea who the hell he is. He is the dude in like the black robe with the long black hair.
Okay. Uh,
And then he has that beige and green thing around his body.
yes. Okay, I know. Okay, here, let me. I know who this guy is. So,
Yeah, I will let
okay,
you discuss him.
real quick, how many episodes of Jujutsu Kaisen have you watched so far?
Only like 5. I did see the movie Zero though.
Dude, he was the main villain in Jujutsu Kaisen Zero.
Okay, that's who I was thinking it was, but I wasn't sure because that movie I couldn't remember. I
Yeah, like
remember
he's
we
the
saw it real late and I was kind of falling asleep
he
at
took. I
certain
remember.
points.
Yeah, I
But
remember
he
he took
was
notes from
dope.
Frieza. Yeah, he took notes from Frieza and was calling all the characters monkeys.
God, yeah, that's right. I think my friend we were joking about that in the movie theater. Like, what is he, Frieza?
Yeah.
You know,
Oh yeah.
Frieza's long lost stepbrother.
Yeah, I will say though that the faceplay for like the way that he looks right now, just it doesn't capture the look that I remember him having. He was much more like sinister. He had like the
Yeah,
smirk and was much is more confident. This face
yeah.
does not do
Looks like
him
a basic
justice.
stern face. Yeah, and it
And
looks a little like soft.
also, why is he looking off to the side? That's like I don't get it.
He's
Like
looking
what?
down to the right, right?
Yeah, I don't know what exactly they're
Hmm.
referencing here when it comes to like when it comes to that facial expression. Like where are they taking that from?
I'm sure there's probably going to be that sadistic anime facial expression that he had. Those are great anime expressions. You could tell a character's psychopath
Yeah.
when they do those
Dude,
psycho
he
faces. But what? Oh, go ahead.
I
Go
was about to
ahead,
say
sir.
he stole Frieza's stern face. We still don't have a base like a final form Frieza figure with a regular stern face, and he took it.
That's right. It's
He
always
he took that expression
looking
for
to the.
himself.
Oh no.
Frieza's
Well,
always
you
smiling.
see that? See what we were saying about Ichigo with his sleeves, he does not have this issue. This is what I don't like with baggy sleeves being sculpted plastic. There's no way around it besides using cloth goods. So, I mean, if you're a figure company that always mainly uses plastic, you're gonna get this. There's no way around it. So, yeah, it's gonna have that look. So be prepared for that. And then the piece around the torso, I feel like that's going to be a big hindrance to the torso articulation,
That's got to be
possibly.
rubber. I really hope that that's made out of rubber. If that's a solid piece of plastic, that is really dumb to have like engineered into your figure
Well,
here.
it looks like it's open on the left side, right? That's what it looks like. See, it
Yeah.
looks like it ends right there. I don't know how far back it goes on the back, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be a softer plastic because you can see his upper torso articulation right above that piece, and
Yeah.
then
But
the legs might be hindered by the robish piece.
yeah, I don't know. There's so many layers of clothes that this character has, so I'm just like, how on earth is this figure going to work?
Yeah,
Like,
it's more or less going to be more statue-like.
I remember
I
one,
mean,
yeah, like the worst figure that I recall like being something like this is Madara. Like you can barely
yeah,
articulate that
yeah,
figure
he
once you got him.
you couldn't no torso movement because of the armor. Like it was cool, but I know they could have done that armor in two pieces, which I'm sure they will with the 2.0 version because all their figures have been so much better so far.
Yeah, if
So,
they make a 2.0 version, I really hope they fix that.
yeah. Even the Mezco Gambit was like that. The armor chest piece was beautifully done and painted incredibly, but it was a solid piece, so you could not use the torso. So things like that really do not make me look forward to getting a figure. But continuing on here, the kid with the white hair. Do you know who that is? Because I do
That,
not.
so I the only reason why I know about this is because I was watching one of Animated Heroes news videos on this. So this is a character from an upcoming anime animated by Mappa called Hell's Paradise. It's for
Ooh,
so and
okay.
it's apparent so apparently the manga is very popular. It's another one of those like adult kind of gory type of animes. Like kind of I heard that there's inspirations from
Nice. Oh,
Inuyasha kind
damn.
of mixed in there, and it's a
Okay.
really dark anime. This
I
is
mean,
like
like, the character looks really cool. It makes me want to buy the figure, to tell you the truth.
yeah, he looks great. I definitely agree with you right there. Like I know a
And
lot of
and
people don't know what anything about this show, but apparent for the people
yeah.
who do, like for the anime, it's for the manga readers. This is absolutely like great news. Like just look at you can just tell how well this figure is going to move around just by
Yeah.
looking at the
Oh yeah.
joints.
I was about to mention that. It looks like it's going to be a super fun figure to pose around. He's probably going to have alternate hands. I like how they did the sleeves too. It's not as bad as the villain from Jujutsu Kaisen, and
Yeah.
even the knee joints aren't too bad. It looks like it's going to have that little like chunk in the middle right there. So some people, probably won't like that. You could already see it, but it looks
Yeah.
like he's going to have great knee articulation, great ankle movement, torso, wrist joints look great, neck, and the sash knot will probably be on a swivel.
Yeah.
So,
He kind of has similarities with his knees, like with this Goku in a
oh
sense, like
yeah,
how that's
yeah,
fitting work.
yep. So
Hmm.
it doesn't look as deep as the Goku, but it looks
Yeah.
very similar. Yes.
Yeah, but then again, like it's because it's in a standing position. If you put Goku like kind of in
Yeah.
like the move the knee in that regard,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
doesn't look
yeah. It
nearly as
looks
deep.
fine then. Yeah. But I want to buy this figure. So, and I don't even know who the hell he is. I don't know about the anime, but what you told me about the anime, now I really want to watch it. When is that supposed to come out?
I believe. Okay, I don't remember. I'll here. I'll put it. I'll tell you
Yeah.
afterwards. You can put a thing on the screen
Okay.
if you
Yeah.
want.
All right,
Right up.
so continue on. We have a few more things to talk about, and then this episode will rippity rappity uppy. All
Oh my
right,
god,
so all right,
that's
so
one hell of a transition.
all right, so let's jump over to SH Figure Arts Naruto right here. So we just have this one image,
Hmm.
but I believe they go up for pre-order next month in January, if I'm not mistaken. But that image right there, they look great.
They do. They do.
Like,
Actually, funny thing about the Sasuke. So I was watching one of
yeah.
Tamashi Nation's live streams, and they were specifically saying the guy who was running the live stream. He was saying that they heard about the concerns of Sasuke from from the previous post, and that he looks too skinny or like he's not too accurate, and they said that they're
Yeah.
working on fixing it. And if
Okay,
I,
nice. All right.
I this may be okay. I'm not sure, but this picture of Sasuke here might be the like the
Might be
finished
the
product.
updated one.
Yeah, it might be a
Ah.
little bit difficult to kind of tell here from
Yeah.
the. I'm not sure, but I know for a fact that they're fixing up the Sasuke.
Okay, so there's some great news right there. You heard it here first on the PP podcast. But no, but they do look really really good and they look like they're going to be super fun figures, man. They are killing it with an art line so far and these figures look like they will be adding along into that awesomeness of the line. So really great start so far and it is continuing it looks like.
100%. Now off to One Piece. So I'm
Oh, yes.
this one's gonna be interesting. So as we know, we already had like a confirmation for Zoro and Sanji releasing after the Luffy, which we
Yep,
talked about in a previous episode, and
that
already
is
from the very
correct.
get go, we have Zoro being revealed as the next
Yes.
figure, and he is
Yes.
wearing his Wano, like the clothing that he is wearing from the Wano arc.
Yeah, like
Now,
the black. I dig it. I like it.
yes. Now, the one bit of controversy I hear from this now is
Yep.
that I think a lot of people would have liked for this to have been the post time skip version of Zoro, just like how
Correct.
it was with the variable action heroes, because that's kind
Yeah,
of his
yeah.
most iconic look from how he looked after the time skip.
Yeah. Yep. That I've
But
got a few of those comments when I posted this. People are mostly happy about it, but yeah, a few people wished we would get just his more basic time skip version. But if you look at it, it does look extremely similar to that version. So I'm sure a repaint will be down the road because Zoro, I feel like he's even more popular than Vegeta in like how in One Piece, but he's probably not as popular. But he's pretty much the Vegeta of One Piece, you know. So people upset about that. I'm sure if the line does well and as good as the Naruto line's doing, as well as the DBZ line, I'm sure we'll see that. And it looks like you have something to say. Go ahead, say
you know, if they really wanted to go all out when it comes to the Zoro figure, accessory
Yeah,
wise and stuff, I'd love it if
yeah.
they included an alternate torso so he could be shirtless and like
Oh
holding onto
yeah,
the
yeah,
sword and stuff.
definitely. Like when that's when he's pretty much serious, and then of course we're gonna get the interchangeable heads with the bandana on
Yeah.
and off. you can't have a Zorro figure without those accessories too.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
I like that because that's a more serious badass Zoro too. Plus,
Yeah.
he has the badass scar from Mihawk across his chest, so
Yeah.
that would definitely be dope.
I really don't see them do. The thing is that I don't see them doing it, but I want them to do
No,
it. Go all out with your. You've been Tamashi has been experimenting with a lot of figures as of lately when it comes to how
yeah,
they've been producing them and trying out
yep,
different things. That would be a really cool thing to do with Zoro right there by
yeah.
including more playability.
I'm sure though, if the line does well, we'll get that version of Zoro. You know we will. If it turns out to be like how the Dragon Ball line is or something, or if the Naruto line continues to be like the DBZ line, the One Piece line could be exactly like that. Uh, all three of those anime, Dragon Ball, Naruto, and One Piece, Tamashii Nations could just make those figures and be extremely rich for the end of time.
Oh,
Just making all those characters, but do it
yeah,
right. Do it right, and the line can continue. But this is definitely one of my most wanted figures now.
most
This
definitely.
Zoro. Yeah, so they did show Luffy again. Figure looks great, of course. And that'll be the first release. Then we're going to get Zoro. And then they did tease the silhouette of Sanji. So next time we talk about this, we will be showing images and talking about Sanji next time.
I think I'm getting ready to sell off my variable action heroes of One Piece just to kind of
You might
pick
as
up on this
well.
line.
Depending how many you have and who you have, yeah, at least get $100 almost for each one.
Uh,
Depending who you
actually,
got, you can probably get more.
The Luffy
Like
was
they,
actually a bootleg. Ended up getting that for free because I complained to Amazon. There's this whole thing on my
yeah.
channel where it's just like, back then, like when I actually got it,
Something broke.
I did it. No, no, it's really cringy. But like five, I want to say like 5 or 6 years ago, I did an unboxing on
Yeah.
my channel, and I was really excited. I'm like, man, I got the variable action heroes Luffy. I'm like out of school. I'm in the dining room or something, and I'm opening it up, and then I just freak out. I'm just like, Mom, they sent us a fake. And then that was the clip I would.
That's fake, ma. That's you just freak out. Oh man.
Oh
Was
god.
this like when you kind of first really got into collecting?
I would say it was when I first started getting into more so into
Like
like these high
serious?
end marketing figures
Yeah.
because back then when I was collecting it was more so about like like the Transformers, and then I moved over to
Yeah.
Marvel Legends, and then
Yeah.
ultimately
Everybody
like
loves stuff like that. Yep.
yeah, and then ultimately I just like kind of found my way getting into the figure arts line because
Okay.
jumping into a line at that point in time, spending $50 on a figure was like outrageous at that time.
Yeah.
Like I remember
Yeah,
like
you
getting a couple of
were a teenager pretty much, an older
yeah,
teenager pretty much. Yeah,
but
so
here's the interesting thing. I remember being at Ross and I was collecting like a couple Transformers figures. Right, they were from Transformers
yeah.
Prime, $8 a piece. Great deal
Yeah,
nowadays
they have
for the
good
six.
deals over there. Really good.
Yeah. Back
They
I
can
remember
find
though
stuff.
my parents were freaking out over like, oh my god, I spent $24 on figures, like these three figures and stuff. And
Wait, what? You said 5 years ago that was?
oh no, the thing with the Transformers, that would have been like, I don't know, 8 or 9 years ago. That was a long time ago by
So
this
that was
point.
kind of like beginning 2010s. That's when
So,
figure
yeah.
collecting was still on the verge of like growing into popularity.
Yeah.
Because in the mid 2000s, I was so like embarrassed to buy toys. But if you look at it, like your parents should have looked at it like, look, he's buying freaking toys instead of like alcohol or drugs or something. That's
Not with my
how.
parents. I will never
Yeah,
drink
some
and they'll never let
parents.
me want to do that.
Yeah, yeah, but still, they you never know how things are, but you should look at it like, hey, he's doing a more positive hobby. But yeah, for parents out there who don't understand collecting, just look at it like that.
I mean, just from the fact that I have like a collection, I'm collecting all this stuff
Yeah.
now. Like they're much more accepting of it now than they
Oh,
were
yeah,
then.
yeah, because you've been doing it for years now,
Oh
and
yeah, most
you were
definitely.
younger then. So, but yeah, I've always loved getting action figures. Though I was one of those '90s kids who had KB toys and Toys R Us. But in the mid 2000s, I was so embarrassed like going into those stores to buy toys because it's like, oh, I'm an adult in a toy store. But it was a different
Oh
time
yeah.
then. Now it's totally different. Now us adults is what really
Hold on. You
you saw
misunderstand.
that, right?
Well, yeah. But here's the thing. It wasn't the fact here. It wasn't the fact that me getting figures at the time was the problem. It's the
Yeah.
fact that they felt that $24 was too expensive for buying
On
those
figures.
three after it was already discounted from the Ross pricing when the original pricing for those figures was like, I don't know, 15 to
Yeah,
20
they're like,
bucks.
yeah, exactly. So you got them for less than half. So you got a hell of a deal for three figures.
Yeah.
Man, they're like, damn it, he spent almost $25. Oh well, hey, that's
Oh
life.
gosh.
But yeah, Ross has really good deals. I don't think I have any Rosses by me, but I always see people finding like such awesome deals on figures there.
Oh yeah,
But
most
yeah.
definitely.
But all right, so we got one last figure to talk about here, and this is one I'm definitely going to be getting, and we kind of touched up on it a little bit in the previous episode, and it is the SH Figure Arts Dragon Ball Super Superhero movie version Broly, and he kind of looks like that armored type version, but without the armor on, and we just get that black like Under Armour type looking shirt. And it looks
Hmm.
really good. We get the powered down head sculpt. Looks like he'll be a little bit smaller too, which he should be, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
Very happy
Yeah.
about that. This Broly figure looks awesome. I actually like was one of the things that I want. I feel like I was the only person that might have wanted this in my in my section of the community, but I really wanted them
Nah,
to
I
make
think
another
everybody
Broly
does.
like this
Yeah.
that was in base form that had more facial expressions and such
A
because
proper base form version. Yep.
yeah, and this one right here
Yeah.
definitely provides that what I wanted. It looks
Yeah.
great. I'm
It
pretty
does.
sure, and judging by the fact that the hair sculpt looks to be exactly the same as the one on the armored Broly, I expect to
Yeah.
be able to swap the heads with this one on the other Broly
What
figure.
what face sculpts come with that one again?
It's just
It's
a regular
ones?
stern face on the
Okay.
regular.
Because he does have a stern face with this one. You see him holding the sensu bean, right? That's a sensu bean, right?
No. He's doing like the okay or like that was good water
Oh,
type
okay.
type of thing.
But yeah, isn't that a doesn't a face look like that?
Yeah, it looks just like that. Oh, actually,
Yeah,
it's a little bit different. Actually, I think I
a
could be
little
wrong, but
different.
it might be a little bit different because it is promo images. You know how promo images can sometimes
Yeah,
differ from the final product. But
because it
yeah,
looks like he has a base. Oh wait, yeah, we have all the faces here. Oh no, we don't. Oh
yeah.
yeah, we got the Broly ones. So go to those the face plates picture. God, I could
No,
not get that
no. When you
out.
talked about the faceplates, I was only talking about for the base form one on the
Yeah,
armored Broly,
yeah, yeah.
not this one. Yeah. So yeah, this one comes with a
You were
lot of
saying like the
faces.
hair sculpt does look pretty similar to the hair sculpt on that one, the powered down one. Yeah.
Yes. I
Okay.
think it's the. In fact, I think it's the exact same. I think that once you get
It
this figure,
it might be.
you can interchange the faces with the one on the armored Broly.
Probably it's probably engineered the same way to remove the faceplates in front of the hair, and everybody knows the routine of Switch A Dragon Ball SH Figure Arts face sculpt. But I
Yes.
do the face sculpts once again, as we were talking about in the previous episode with these Dragon Ball Super superhero movie figures. The face sculpts are some of the best things on those figures. Same thing with the Broly here. Even the previous Broly figures had incredible sculpting and painting with the faces. And this one we get the power down. I mean the basic stern face starting on the top left. Next to that, angry teeth gritted bottom left. Open yelling screaming face. Then we get an additional comedy face there with him crying.
The crying face.
So that yeah, that's a funny one they added. But I think they look great. So your thoughts, good sir.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the faces that they included are awesome. I would have liked for them
Yeah.
not to be like a smirking face, maybe like a smiling face. But other than
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
like I mean, he doesn't really smile too often, but which probably
Yeah.
makes it to where him
He
smiling
did
does
a
stand
little bit in
out.
the movie though. Yeah, he did a little
Yeah,
in the movie. I remember that.
yeah.
And another oh go ahead, sir.
No, and then like well then yeah, but yeah. Other than that, I was just no, I was pretty much done. Like
No.
it looks great. And then the other accessory
Okay.
that he comes with is really like
Yeah.
the Windy Gohan here, which we did talk about in the previous
Yeah, we
episode.
pretty
So
much covered.
yeah, so if you want to hear us
Um,
cover that, just go watch like towards the end of the previous episode. You
yeah,
know.
and I forgot that wasn't the very last. There pretty much was, but Tamashii Nations recently, I think yesterday, they posted images of all the faceplates for Broly, Pan, the new Future Trunks, and the new Vegeta. So we just talked and
Mm.
showed the Broly. Pan here looks really good too. We get a, I like that top left face sculpt, the cute face sculpt right there. It's kind of like her stern face, but she looks she looks kind of cute there, buddy. Next to that, right? She's trying to look angry, but she can't. Next to that one, we have a very happy, smiling face sculpt. Looks great.
Hmm.
Bottom left there looks like we have a yelling, I guess screaming, yelling type angry face sculpt. And then on the bottom right, looks like another angry-ish type face sculpt.
Yeah, I know exactly where that last face sculpt you're talking about. I know exactly where they took it from. It's the shot in the movie where she went throwing a kick at Piccolo. I think they showed it off in the trailer as
Oh,
well.
okay, okay. No, I know what you're talking about now. But the face sculpts, I think, once again, turned out great. That's something they
Hmm.
are nailing with their figures, and they are on a roll with the face plates. Going over to Vegeta, would you like to go over his, or would you
Yeah,
like me to? Okay.
sure, yeah, I'll go over it. So when it comes to Vegeta, he comes with a like regular stern face. He also comes
Yep.
with a screaming face as well. Really like how they're
Yeah.
styling the faces. And then for the
Yeah.
final face, he comes with the smirking face with the eyes looking down. And I am
Yeah.
with everyone who despises the fact that the eyes are looking down. Even though I understand it's made to where you can recreate him firing
Yeah.
the Big
So.
Bang attack, it limits the posability with the rest of the figure. Functionality wise, it makes the figure limited in that regard.
Because you always have to have them looking off in that direction, and yeah, I know exactly what you mean. And they're pretty like the typical Vegeta face sculpts, but like you said, they look great. One thing I love about this Vegeta and the Trunks, the color of the hair,
Mm. Oh yeah.
beautifully done, but it looks like identical to how it looked in the anime. Not like after they stopped glowing, you know what I mean? That very bright blonde yellow color. They nailed it with the Vegeta and the Trunks there. So
Yeah, I'm
really
really
like the
happy
way
with
that
that.
turned out.
It's like it's much
Yeah,
more of like the calmer state of Super Saiyan, not like with the
yeah,
super shiny thing that we've been getting as a feature with all of the other figures and stuff. Like I like
yep,
that kind of lighter yellowness that kind of just shows they're much more chill with the actual faces and such. It's
yeah.
great.
Same here. I agree with that 100%. So now let's move over to Trunks, good sir, and I'll let you finish this one off. Because
Okay.
this is the last of it.
Awesome. So, in the pictures, look, they showed off like the base form face for Trunks only comes with like one stern face. That's the only face that we
Yeah.
get. Unfortunately, I would have liked a little bit more, but I mean, I suppose that's enough for like what we got. And
You
then
said
for
the stern face?
yeah, there's a stern face for the base form head.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They didn't even show that. Well, I was completely dumbfounded right there. I'm like, what is he talking about? But okay, yeah, that is correct. It's gonna have the one, yes.
Yeah, hold on. I think they showed it like
They
they showed
might
it
have
off in like
showed it.
another
And,
picture. It's just not in the
yeah.
pictures you sent
No,
here.
I've seen the other pictures of it, and we talked about it and showed it or talked about it in the first episode. But
Yeah.
yes, sir, these Super Saiyan, the hair sculpt and the face is looking
Yeah.
incredible.
So
God.
like yeah, everyone's pretty much familiar with it. Like two stern faces
Yeah,
for like the base for like Super Saiyan Trunks, like and then one of them specifically looking off to the side to recreate the shot where he shinks like slice Frieza up like a pizza.
yeah,
And
and
then
that I don't mind when they do the side eye. I don't mind when they do that, and then they give you the regular, same face but looking straight ahead. So if you want to give me the
yes,
side eye, at least give me the same face but looking straight ahead as well. So
thank you.
that's definitely
Yes.
cool. Yeah,
100%. And then we also
yeah,
got the really cool like teeth gritted looking face right there, which
yep,
and then we also have the screaming face, which is what
yeah.
they pose that face as he's right as he's about to like slice Frieza
Slice
again.
Frieza. Yeah, Jinx. Yeah, yeah. That is how I'm gonna try to pose mine. But I love the hair once again. The coloration, the shading, the sculpt of it looks freaking incredible. They are
Yeah.
killing it. So really digging the way these figures are turning out.
Yeah, and they showed that, and they showed this in other images as well, like with the way that the hair for Trunks like looks like lighted up. It's like it's exactly as
Yeah.
I want to, because even if it's
Yeah.
just made for like different hair positions for posability and stuff, for me,
Yep.
I'm taking that. That's a Super Saiyan 2 Trunks. That is a Super Saiyan 2 Trunks, changing out the bangs, changes out the forms. If I'm gonna do stop motions with it, that's how it's going to work. No one can
Yeah.
change my mind.
You know
I
what
love it.
trunks they need to make? You probably already know what I'm gonna say.
Bojack movie Trunks.
See,
Yes.
everybody wants that. I swear, if that isn't the next Trunks figure we get, I mean, I don't care if we gotta wait a few months, but that seriously needs to be the next Trunks figure. All right, we got all the 2.3.0s now. Now we need that BoJack Unbound Trunks because every time I talk to any collector, that is the main Trunks they want. So
Yes.
I
I'll
hope
tell
we
you
see that
this.
soon.
We I'll tell you the more here. I'm gonna give you some bad news. I know the more likely Trunks we'll
Oh
get.
no.
It'll be Kid Trunks from like when he with him and Future Gohan.
Okay, all right. That I'll understand that happening, but the
And then
next
Bojack
adult
Trunks.
Trunks. Yeah, the
Yes.
next adult Trunks needs to be the BoJack Unbound one. If they don't do it, it's like they're gonna be kicking themselves. I mean, I'm sure they'll do it at some point, but it's been over a decade. I think it's been 11 years now since they
Yeah.
started this line. So
Mhm.
hopefully we see that soon.
When it comes to Tamashi Nations, I at least know like one thing. They like to release figures in groups and pairs. They won't necessarily pick out like one
Yeah,
figure if they don't have plans on making the other figure to go along with it. That's how. And
they
so it's
could
just like,
make. They do, but they can make a Teen Trunks, but this time in his father's gi and BoJack Unbound.
in his
Ah.
father's gi, and then hold on, in his
Yeah,
father's gi
because
and in
that's what he was wearing in BoJack Unbound. He wasn't wearing the Piccolo gi. He was wearing the orange, like same as Goku's.
You're talking about
Gi.
hold on, you talking about Trunks?
Gohan.
Oh,
Yeah, because
Gohan.
you're
Okay.
saying they always make them in pairs. Like if they make a character from a movie, they'll make another character to go with them. So if they did like a BoJack Unbound, I mean they could make BoJack, but I was saying they can make the Trunks, and
Okay,
then they
yeah.
could make the Gohan from that. So that'd be a
Yeah, that would
different
be
version
pretty.
of like teen or 11-year-old Gohan.
Yeah, and we'd probably finally get like a base form Gohan that who's in his teens finally included with that
Yeah,
figure. Yes.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, that would be a great pairing.
yeah.
That would be
So,
awesome.
and
Because
everybody would be all over that, like flies on poop.
I feel like you got the saying wrong.
Well, I was
Like
gonna say a fly on shit, which I
it would
can.
it would be more
But
like a
yeah,
fly, more like a moth to a lamp,
like a
something like
moth
that.
to the flame. Wait, what was that from? Spider-Man? Green Goblin said that? You're
Yeah,
pathetically predictable, like a moth to the flame.
something like that.
Like
Yeah,
this. Oh, because
something
yeah,
like
he
that.
went to go hear it screaming, but it was Green Goblin doing it. Classic movie right
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
Just think, that came out over 20 years ago,
That is a long time from now. Okay,
right?
one more thing before we close out. We forgot to talk
Yes.
about this at the very
Ah,
first episode of our
all
po-
right.
of the PP podcast. Okay,
And what was that, good sir?
good man. How could we forget probably the most memorable like thing about Dragon Ball Super superhero? We have the SH Figure Arts Beast Gohan and the Orange Piccolo. These
Yeah,
figures
oh yes, that is right.
Yes, those figures are okay. Look fantastic so far. The
Yeah,
Tamashii Nations has revealed specific proto images for
yeah,
Orange Piccolo and Beast Gohan so far. So
yeah.
definitely we can expect it to.
I
I
think we
think
got
because
like
of that.
one or two promo images of them. I know
Yeah, one
one
for
at
Beast
least
Gohan.
from them,
Yeah,
and
one for
then
Beast Gohan
one
and
or
the
two
other
for
for
Piccolo.
what other
Probably
one
one.
did we get for Piccolo? Yeah, it's just one. It's
I
just
think
one
it's
for
just one.
Orange
Yeah,
Piccolo.
yeah. I'm probably thinking of the on display image.
Yeah, so like, and then
Yeah,
and then so just based off the fact that we have the promo images for it, I think we can
yeah.
expect to get these figures sometime next year, 100
Oh,
percent.
definitely. They'll probably be going up for pre-order. Probably when the kids Sasuke and Naruto go up for pre-order. I'm thinking sometime in January. So
That'll be crazy cool. Okay, yeah,
yeah. So
that'll be great. Yeah, the
yes, yeah,
Gohan
and
like. I know a lot of people, when it comes to the Beast Gohan, have been comparing this to the third-party kit that's been going around on Omnime store from these, what is it
Mm,
called, Tozen Toys Customs, or I can't
I've
remember.
seen that. Yeah,
Yeah, I think that the facial expressions look pretty good on it for what we're seeing,
I
like,
agree. It looks
so
really
far. Like,
nice.
in comparison, they both look really good. But it's just
Yeah,
like I think that ultimately, when it comes to people who mainly prioritize figure arts, considering the fact that they're releasing those, I hope to see, something like that. And actually,
yeah,
touched on this in a little bit. If they're going to be including more Gohan, Ultimate Gohan accessories, one thing
yep,
I would really like for them to do, if like for with Orange Piccolo, include a faceplate of Ultimate Gohan. Either he's smirking,
yep,
or he's gonna be having that shocked impression as when he gets told that the battle is over.
yeah,
And then with Beast Gohan, teeth gritted face with the red eyes as he's about to transform.
yeah. Oh,
That'll
definitely. Yeah, they definitely have to give that one at least the teeth gritted face.
a
They
hundred
got it.
percent.
But
That's a that
that
is
both those figures look great. The Beast Gohan really looks awesome. Um, but yeah, that face sculpt is a must.
Yeah. Really excited for like how we're getting a lot of these figures. Tamashi Nations has been absolutely killing it. Like just when we thought that, they were done, here they are with just a ton of other figures like out of nowhere, man.
They do keep hitting us with new reveals. Like I said, I'm sure we're gonna see Sanji probably any week now, probably sometime after Christmas or something. But yeah, and then just releasing the new Kakashi, I think just starting to release in Japan along with the SH Figure Arts movie Venom. So lots of goodness coming.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Can't wait for those to get released. I'm waiting on mine to come in from Luna Park. I think I told you about the story how I
Yeah,
ended up getting the Kakashi.
yeah, yeah. But
Anyways, I think we pretty much got everything there is to say regarding the figure news. So
yes,
let's go.
for now.
All right.
For now, we also need to do I think we should do a podcast where we go over probably like our top five favorite figures we got this year or something.
That yeah, you know what? That would be great. Probably would be,
Yeah,
easier for me to do than how I've been doing it up on my channel as of late. Like if we're gonna here, I'd
yeah.
want to do one. I want to do an episode, ranking over all of the the best the Dragon Ball figure arts of
All the
this year.
Dragon Ball ones. Yeah, yeah, we could do that. We'll go over it and then pick out which ones. Yeah, we'll do that, and then we'll do just like five each because we'll do the same, and then we'll do like an honorable mention or something. Because if we do 10, it might drag on too long. I mean, we could do 10.
Hmm. Maybe I was thinking like, well, actually, it could be that I was actually thinking because the way that I did it, yeah, I guess we'll cut this conversation out. The way that I did
Yeah,
it on my channel, which I was hoping we do here, I was hoping like real quick we can each like touch upon like our like each figure go back and forth, like kind of
yeah,
agree on a list as to like
yeah.
which one is objectively better or worse, like go higher and lower and stuff, and then that would probably be an
Okay.
episode of the podcast I'd want to kind of have on
Yeah,
my channel because it's tradition
yeah.
at this point, which I did miss out
Let's
on
do
doing.
it.
I didn't do it on my
Let's
channel last year,
do
but we'll do it this one.
it.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm down to do that, definitely.
Fantastic. Alrighty then.
And then yeah. All right, yeah. You just think of ideas, write them down, and yeah. So then we'll have
Alrighty.
keep keep having episodes to do. All right. So, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, that is a wrap on this episode. What is this? Episode 4? That's right, 4, because episode 3 was in two parts. I was thinking episode 3 and then two parts. All right, so yes, I hope you enjoyed episode 4. Thank you everyone for listening, or if you watching, and I will see you next time. And Star Blast will as well.
We'll see you guys in the comment section. Until then.
See.